Beating the odds, week 8. It's week 8? Yeah.
I'm on Burgundy?
It's crazy. It's already halfway through the year. 6-6 last week, coming off a 9-4 week before that. We're still 46-40 on the year. Getting ready to build some steam and go streaking. Hop on this gravy train. Me and my 3 sharpest buddies calling in 3 bets a pop. That's 12 bets. DraftKings lines, all even out bets. Let's hit the phones.
Hey, Rob, it's Mike Story. Happy Friday. Beating the odds. Had a little bounce back. Last week, 2-1. We're still waiting on another 3-0 week. Been a little while for that, but let's do it. I got 3 picks for you tonight. I've got 1 game and 2 props. So let's start with the game. It's a primetime game. It's the Cowboys 49ers. And believe it or not, I am taking the Cowboys. Plus 4.5, minus 117 on DraftKings. I know everybody's screaming at the computer screen right now. It's the Cowboys, right? They got embarrassed by the Lions last week, 47-9. But the Chiefs are in all sorts of disarray. They lost as a favorite last week to the 49ers. They lost Brandon Ayuk for the year. Deebo Samuel's got pneumonia. We don't know if he's going to play. If he is, how effective is he going to be? Those are, second and third, fourth leading receivers from Brock Purdy. He's been mediocre this year, 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Defense is pretty whack on third down, 27, 45%. And the 49ers are just really kind of reeling. So I think this is a bounce back week, and the Cowboys coming off the bye week. I'm going to take them plus 1.5. Next, I've got over 28.5 receiving yards for Troy Franklin, the rookie from the Broncos. I like this one a lot. This is stuck at 28.5. But he's been over this in both games that he saw a 75% route share this year. I do think Sutton's going to get his target. He didn't get a single target last week, so he's definitely going to get targets this week. But this is a great spot against just an absolutely terrible Panthers secondary. And with Bryce Young starting, I don't think they'll be able to control the ball. Franklin and Nix are on the up and up. They're both looking better and better. So I love for that to continue as we take Franklin over 28.5 receiving yards. Don't forget, those 2 were college teammates last season. And then finally, we're going back to prime time. Excuse me. Actually, I'm not prime time. Another 3 o'clock game. I'm taking Ray Davis over 24.5 rushing yards. This is the Bills Seahawks. That's minus 115 on DraftKings. You can run in Seattle. We know that. They rank 17th in rush defense DVOA. Their pass defense is not great as of late, but I fully expect that the Bills are going to want to keep this one on the ground. Wet, windy conditions is what the weather forecast is calling for. You've seen Ray Davis earn more work. I think they're going to want to hand it. It's not going to be a committee, but they're definitely going to want to ice the game with Ray Davis late. If he gets 5, 6, 7 carries, potentially more, I think Buffalo skewing towards the run game at the end of this one. And he's already been over this in 3 out of 6 games this year. So that's Ray Davis over 24.5 rushing yards. That's it for me. Good luck this week. Let's make some money.
Happy Friday. We got our 3 solid winners after disappointing last week. So this is a bounce back week, and I always bounce back. So here we go. I want to go with the prop to start us off here. Bijan Robinson, Dijon man, over 64.5 rushing yards. It was 62 earlier. I got it at 62, but I still like it at 64. It's he's averaged 5.1 yards a carry, 3.92 after contact, 45.9 breakaway percentage. I think he still gets 15-plus carries this week. Tampa is just not that great at stopping the run. They've allowed the 3rd highest yards per carry. They're allowing 5.28. 29th in stop run win rate and 28th in run defense. Yes, I think Bijan gets this in the 3rd quarter. We'll see. Next, we're going to go with the Miami, Arizona, under 46.5. Not much to say on this one. With Tua being back, I think they're going to go kind of a little slower game script. Really, both teams, slower game script. I just don't see this game script really being a high-flying game, and I think that's just a little bit too high of a number for 2 kind of blah teams at this moment. So under 46.5. And then we're going to go ahead and let's just take the Bears minus 3 on the road. Why not? They're on a bye week. Washington has question marks with quarterback, which isn't going to help them. Their defense is terrible. People think their defense has been improving, but you're not really improving when you're playing the Panthers and other teams that suck. Bears are improving. two teams, in my opinion, going in opposite directions at the moment, and you got one team coming off a bye. So Bears -3. Good luck, 3-0. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you, gentlemen. Shawn, enjoy your frat party. Hopefully you get home safe. Great picks as always. Moving over to my bets. I went 3-0 last week. Shout out Jaden Daniels. He got my rushing prop on one drive before he got injured. 50 yards. He was at 49.5. Made my week. Usually it always goes the other way. I know a lot of people had 51.5, which I'm sorry about that. All right. I have 4 bets this week. I had 3, but I had to play this 4th one, and I have 2 bets of the week for you. First one, Mr. Sam Laporta, one of my least favorite humans. I have destroyed this man for years. I don't believe in him, but he's at 32.5 receiving yards. No Jamison Williams because of that suspension. They're against the Titans. Dan Campbell loves to fool around and throw the ball when they're up by 21 points. He's going to do that here. He's going to get his guy involved, who's had 2 catches for 70 yards the last 2 weeks. This is an easy one. Next bet, you heard Story mention about the sloppy, windy conditions in Buffalo. Josh Allen over 28.5 rushing yards. He has not been running the ball. He has not been turning the ball over. He has not been doing Josh Allen things. He's going to do Josh Allen things in this game. He's going to mess around and get 50 yards rushing. Also, want to caveat all 4 of these plays. Bet the alternate lines. Whatever you can max it up to. Josh Allen, 40+. Laporta, 50+. Do those 2-1 odds. Sprinkle that in there. You're going to win some of those as well. Trevor Lawrence is the third one. Over 11.5 rushing yards. They're playing the Packers, and last week the Packers just totally shut down the Texans' passing game. Stroud was 10 of 21 for 86 yards, and he had 5 rushes for 19 yards. And Trevor Lawrence is more athletic than that man, and Trevor Lawrence is going to be running for his life. They need this game. They're going to lose, but he's going to be playing from behind and scrambling. I see him having at least a 15-yard carry in this game. Last bet. Ultimate squeaky wheel here. Devontae Smith, over 50.5 receiving yards. Coming off the injury last week, he had 1 catch for -1 yards. Meanwhile, A.J. Brown had like 100 yards, and Jalen Hurts threw the ball 14 times. That's not going to happen this week. They're against the Bengals. They're going to be throwing the ball. They're going to have to air it out. They're going to be giving a lot of attention to A.J. Brown, as they should. Devontae Smith, it's 12 yards a quarter, man. Alternate line this too. Easy money. Let's hear from Joe.
What's up, everybody? It's Joe coming at you here. 1-2 last week. That's not good. We don't like to see that. Coming off a 3-1 week prior. So let's get back in the win column here. Let's make some money. Go 3 for 3. Here we go. We're going to start with a 2-team alternate spread parlay. We're going to bypass the teaser here. We get an extra point with one of the teams. A little bit better odds at -117. So this team is at home. And with a teaser-like spread for alternate spread, they have covered 13 of the last 14 non-divisional games. Just so also happens to be the Detroit Lions, which some can argue are the best team in the National Football League right now. They had a great comeback win versus the Minnesota Vikings in a tough divisional matchup last week. The Lions -6.5 versus the Titans is definitely a go. You got Dan Campbell, the gambling man there. The crowd is going to be roaring. Tennessee Titans suck all over that one. The next team, each of their last 13 games as underdogs with a teaser-like alternate spread. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at home +9.5. It'll be a tough game against the Atlanta Falcons, but I think 9.5 points is definitely a gift in that spot. So at -117 to complete that 2-team alternate spread, let's start off with a win. Now we're going to go out to my boy out in Santa Clara, Jordan Mason, over 17.5 rush attempts. I was actually going to try out for a wide receiver position with the Niners, but pulled a hamstring, couldn't quite make it out there. They're just decimated by injury. It's a sad situation out there. There's no injury designation for Mason at this point. He practiced full today. I think they're going to run the rock. I know Cowboys are coming off a bye, but 49ers are going to win this game. Don't bet that. Can't bet that. But they're going to run the rock. They're decimated at the wide receiver position. Hopefully Debo and Kittle can get out there and grind, but I'm liking the run game out there in Frisco. To go 3 for 3, although I hate this man, we're going to go over 5.5 receptions for Travis Kelce. Chiefs are going against the Raiders, and the Raiders love to give up yardage and receptions to tight ends. The past 3 weeks, they've played the Rams, the Steelers, and the Broncos. They've given up 16, 15, and 12 targets to tight ends, with 12, and 8 of those converted to receptions. Can't stand the Chiefs, can't stand Travis Kelce, but you got to go against the Raiders in that position. Kelce's going to get it. Now let's go 3 for 3. Let's get us the money. Let's go!
Any of you high schools looking for someone to host a pep rally, that's your man. Also, Joe, rest that hammy. Love the picks, guys. We're going to get ready to go on a nice streak here. Hop on these bets, place them all, parlay them, do your thing. Let's make some money, and let's keep on beating the odds.
We're beating the odds. We're beating the odds.